or really pushing me to the limit, then I would have knew who you was. I'm proud of you for becoming champion and how far you have gotten in the sport of boxing, but I don't remember you because you obvious.
The boxing world is now caught in one of the biggest scandals in recent memory. Tank Davis, a fighter once seen as an unstoppable force in the sport, has been arrested by federal authorities, and the charges are nothing short of explosive. The feds have accused Davis and his camp of bribery, directly tied to his controversial fight against Lamont Roach. Officials claim that Davis's team ensured Roach would never walk away with a victory, no matter how well he performed. But this has left Tank in custody, and the best part of it all, a visit from Floyd Mayweather himself.
Hey health warriors, want a natural boost to your day? Say hello to Moringa powder capsules. Packed with essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, Moringa is known as the miracle tree for a reason. Whether you're an athlete, busy professional, or a parent on the go, Moringa supports a strong immune system, aids in digestion, and promotes healthy, glowing skin and hair. Our easy-to-swallow capsules make it super convenient to get your daily dose of nature's goodness wherever you are. So why wait? Transform your health and boost your energy today. Click the link in the description to grab your Moringa Magic now. It's an affiliate link, so I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. And guess what? For a limited time, Moringa Magic is 50% off. Don't miss out. Click the link and start your journey to better health. All right, let's get back to it.
I mean, I've been in a situation where, though, like, you know, I was in a lose-lose situation. Now, what came out still on top.
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
Davis's arrest comes just days after he narrowly escaped a jail sentence for violating his probation stemming from a 2020 hit-and-run case. Baltimore Circuit Judge Althea M. Handy had the opportunity to send him behind bars, but instead chose to extend his probation by 18 months. She ordered him to make a $10K donation to the Community Assistance Network and reminded him that he was on thin ice. Davis just recently admitted to violating the terms of his probation by leaving Florida without approval. His Maryland probation officer happened to see him eating dinner in downtown Baltimore, directly defying court orders.
Stand with him? With my partner?
Yes, sir.
What
Any
is that?
weapons on you?
Huh? What is that? The charger, man. The charger. Ain't nobody.
Get anything?
The judge, despite her frustrations with Davis's pattern of reckless behavior, allowed him to continue his career under strict supervision. She even granted him permission to attend the 2024 Paris Olympics to support and advise Team USA Boxing, but denied his request to travel to Japan for his 30th birthday. His Florida probation officer had already been lenient, approving multiple travel requests, including 2 visits to the US, Virgin Islands. Handy made it clear that she was running out of patience, telling Davis that she didn't like sending people to jail, but that he needed to wake up. She even told him that the only reason she wanted to see him back in her courtroom was if he decided to go to law school and become an attorney.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship.
Despite being spared from jail time, Davis's problems have only escalated. Just days later, federal authorities arrested him, launching an investigation that has the potential to expose widespread corruption in professional boxing. The accusations suggest that Davis's team used financial influence to ensure that Roach could never secure a victory, regardless of his performance. Roach, who put up an incredible fight against Davis, has not been silent about the outcome, making it clear that he felt robbed. He stated that he landed cleaner punches, controlled the pace, and did everything necessary to win. His frustration was echoed by fans and analysts who immediately pointed out inconsistencies in the scorecards.
Knockdown.
Man, I'm not. Honestly, I thought I should have won without that being counted a knockdown. Look, I ain't the ref. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, if he had to wipe sweat out his eye, he had to wipe sweat out his eye. But the rules do state, if you voluntarily take a knee, then that's an automatic.
Hey health warriors, want a natural boost to your day? Say hello to Moringa powder capsules. Packed with essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, Moringa is known as the miracle tree for a reason. Whether you're an athlete, busy professional, or a parent on the go, Moringa supports a strong immune system, aids in digestion, and promotes healthy, glowing skin and hair. Our easy-to-swallow capsules make it super convenient to get your daily dose of nature's goodness wherever you are. So why wait? Transform your health and boost your energy today. Click the link in the description to grab your Moringa Magic now. It's an affiliate link, so I may earn a small commission at no extra cost to you. And guess what? For a limited time, Moringa Magic is 50% off. Don't miss out. Click the link and start your journey to better health. All right, let's get back to it.
The decision to rule the fight a majority draw was seen by many as an attempt to protect Davis's undefeated record. The allegations now suggest that it wasn't just incompetence from the judges, but something far more deliberate. The case has already started to shake up the boxing world. Investigators are reportedly looking into multiple individuals connected to Davis's camp, seeking to uncover the full extent of the bribery operation. If evidence proves that fight officials were paid off, it could lead to not just Davis's downfall, but a larger reckoning within the sport. Then, just as the story was unfolding, Floyd Mayweather appeared at the custody facility to visit Davis. The visit immediately caused some talk.
He's not gonna hurt me, you know what I mean? So it's good to beef with him than be cool with him, because he can do some crazy stuff. He'll put you in bad situation.
Mayweather and Davis have had a well-documented love-hate relationship, with their public fallout leading to months of social media jabs and tension. Despite their history, Mayweather's presence at such a crucial moment suggests that there may be more going on behind the scenes than what is being publicly discussed. Mayweather, one of the most influential figures in boxing, had once mentored Davis, guiding him to superstardom under the Mayweather Promotions banner. Their relationship eventually soured, with Davis publicly calling out Mayweather for what he saw as unnecessary control over his career.
Floyd, you proud of Tank, Floyd? Proud of Tank, Floyd?
Are you what his progress?
Proud of him, Floyd?
Mayweather, in response, distanced himself from Davis, allowing him to operate independently. Now, with Davis sitting in custody, Mayweather's sudden visit raises serious questions about his involvement and whether he is trying to protect his former protege or himself. Sources close to the situation have suggested that Mayweather's visit wasn't just a friendly check-in. Some believe he was there to assess the situation, gathering information to see just how deep the federal investigation is going. There is speculation that Mayweather, having been a major figure in the sport for decades, understands the severity of the situation and wants to ensure that his name does not get dragged into the mess.
Nobody would do business with you if you act like this.
But it happens a lot in boxing, though, right?
Oh yeah, because
to be
it's
common in
strategic.
boxing, yeah.
Floyd was telling him all these things.
Floyd's given this counsel to
Yes.
Gervonta.
Who do you think is telling him to do the rehydration clauses?
Judge Handy's frustrations with Davis's repeated disregard for legal boundaries now appear to have been justified. His recent court hearing had already painted a picture of an athlete who believed he could operate above the law. His probation officers had recommended jail time, citing his lack of accountability and failure to follow basic instructions. The judge had chosen leniency, giving him yet another chance to clean up his act. Instead, just days later, Davis found himself in federal custody, facing charges that could potentially end his career.
Big bro, little bro, seeing things different, or what is it to you?
No, Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him. And I'm doing it at a young age. Like when Floyd was 29.
Assistant State's Attorney David Owens had proposed a $25,000 fine during Davis's recent court hearing, but it was evident that many within the legal system were growing tired of his repeated run-ins with the law. His Maryland probation officer, Kia Yancey, expressed her frustrations with having to go through his team just to reach him. Judge Handy, after listening to arguments from both sides, ultimately decided against jail time at that moment, but her final words to Davis now feel eerily prophetic. She had warned him that he needed to wake up and get his life under control. The federal case against Davis is moving quickly, with authorities reportedly gathering evidence that could lead to additional charges.
When I say certain things, they say, "Oh, he's hating." There's no different from when I talked about the thing with Gervonta, for instance. When I said that I need all fighters. I said I need all the young...
Boxing insiders are now bracing for what could be a historic legal battle, one that could reshape the landscape of the sport. If the accusations are proven true, Davis could face severe legal consequences. including potential prison time and the stripping of his championship titles. Mayweather's visit has only added more controversy to the situation. His involvement, whether as an advisor, a concerned former mentor, or a figure with his own interests to protect, is now under heavy speculation.
He take a knee. You need to lose like 10-8 that round at least, no? And plus the corner go up.
Davis had made it clear, time and time again, that his relationship with Mayweather was far from perfect. He had accused his former mentor of trying to control him, undermine his success, and even sabotage his career. The tension between them had been brewing for years, with Davis openly calling out Mayweather for his ego and refusal to let other fighters shine. And yet, despite all of that, it was Mayweather who showed up at the facility after Davis was taken into custody. The visit came as a shock to many. Davis had just been on record criticizing Mayweather, calling him out for trying to stop fighters from surpassing him.
It was somehow that they were saying that I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting me.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on the Snapchat. So they sent it to Floyd, and Floyd bugged out.
He had slammed Mayweather for suggesting that Terence Crawford fight David Benavidez, calling it a ridiculous idea that only served to make Mayweather look like he was still in control of boxing. The way Davis saw it, Mayweather was always looking for ways to keep himself in the spotlight, refusing to let anyone else take the throne. He respected Mayweather's skills, even acknowledged that sometimes Mayweather could be decent, but the core of their relationship was broken. He didn't trust him. And yet, here Mayweather was, coming to see him after his arrest. Those close to Davis weren't buying that Mayweather was there out of genuine concern. Many in Tank's circle believed that Mayweather was there for himself, not for Davis.
Outside the ring.
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah. Yeah, September. Nope.
The moment the news broke that the feds had arrested Davis on bribery charges, people started speculating about how deep the corruption went. If Davis and his team had manipulated the outcome of the Lamont Roach fight, then it is only a matter of time before the investigation starts pulling in more names. Mayweather's history with Davis is messy, and this visit only adds to the confusion. If he truly wanted nothing to do with Davis anymore, why is he suddenly showing up? People in the boxing world know Mayweather isn't the type to insert himself into a situation unless it benefits him in some way. Some speculate that he was there to get a feel for how much Davis might say under pressure. The feds have a reputation for flipping people, getting them to talk in exchange for a lighter sentence. If Davis starts naming names, if he started exposing just how many fights were rigged, things could get ugly.
He was telling me just stay calm. I always like to listen to Floyd when it comes to big stages like this, because he's the only one that's been in my shoes. And
there is also the fact that Davis has long suspected Mayweather of trying to sabotage him. He had spoken about it openly, claiming that Mayweather wanted him to lose the Jose Pedraza fight back in 2017. Davis had been dealing with financial issues, wasn't in his best shape, and believed that Mayweather threw him into that fight expecting him to fail. But instead of falling apart, he dominated and won the IBF super featherweight title. That win should have been a turning point in their relationship, but Davis always felt that Mayweather wasn't happy about it. He didn't celebrate Davis's success the way a mentor should. Instead, Davis believed Mayweather saw him as competition.
He can sell tickets. He's got athletes coming out. He's got celebrities coming to his fights. And not only that, he finishes the show with knockouts. He's never in boring fights. What would we always say about Floyd? Yes, he's a big star and everyone would come out to watch him fight. Yep. But a lot of times after you bought his pay-per-views, you were like, oh man, I did it again. I bought another pay-per-view.
The situation got even messier when Davis recently suggested that his relationship with Mayweather's daughter had added fuel to the fire. Davis had claimed that Mayweather lost his mind after finding out his daughter had been messaging him. It was personal. And when things got personal, Mayweather became unpredictable. Some sources suggest that Mayweather's visit isn't just about Davis. It is about the sport itself. The bribery accusations had already sent shockwaves through boxing, and if the investigation dug deep enough, it could expose more than just Davis. Fight fixing wasn't new. People had whispered about it for years, but if the feds had concrete evidence that Davis's camp had paid to rig the outcome of his fight with Roach, it meant that boxing's darkest secrets were at risk of coming to light. Mayweather, a man who had built an empire in the sport, could not afford to have boxing's credibility go up in flames.
Shay, man, look, man. Your beef is not with Floyd Mayweather. You sitting here beefing with Floyd. It's a fighter out here that's been calling your name that want to fight you.
Davis, despite all his issues with Mayweather, likely knew that Mayweather's sudden visit wasn't as simple as it seemed. Mayweather has been one of the most careful, calculated figures in boxing. Every move he makes is strategic. And whether Davis liked it or not, Mayweather is still a powerful figure, someone who could pull strings behind the scenes, but this time, things were different. Davis wasn't some young, up-and-coming fighter under Mayweather's control. He was a star in his own right, one who had been vocal about cutting ties with Mayweather and calling him out.
Round onwards, Lamont Roach outlands Tank, outpunches Tank, and the fight ends in a majority draw. If in round...
He wasn't going to suddenly start trusting him just because he showed up. If anything, the visit may have only reinforced what Davis had been saying all along, that Mayweather didn't want to see him rise, that he always had to be the one in control. The fact that Mayweather even stepped into the situation at all was enough to get people talking. If this is just about Tank, why is Mayweather involving himself? Why now? Davis wasn't expecting help from Mayweather. He had made it clear that he was moving on from that chapter of his career. And yet, here Mayweather is, inserting himself into the story at the most critical moment.
What was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a draw, you know, from a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more, and I should have did more. I was lost in
Jeff Mayweather's comments have only added more fuel to an already raging fire. His words carried weight, not just because of his experience in boxing, but because of his last name. Coming from Floyd Mayweather's camp, his statement wasn't just an opinion, it felt like a direct shot at Gervonta Davis. Many saw it as another calculated move from the Mayweather camp to distance themselves from Tank now that controversy surrounded him. The biggest takeaway from Jeff's comments was his agreement that the 9th round incident should have been ruled a knockdown. That one moment could have completely changed the outcome of the fight, giving Lamont Roach Jr. a victory instead of a draw. That alone was enough to make people question what really happened that night.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure, but hopefully we could get it before. Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
The New York State Athletic Commission had already opened an investigation into the scoring, and now with a Mayweather family member publicly agreeing that the decision was questionable, the situation had escalated even further. Roach had already made it clear that he wasn't letting this go. He wasn't just asking for a rematch. He was demanding that the decision be overturned and that he be awarded the win. He had fought a close, hard-fought battle, and the 9th round controversy only strengthened his case. If the commission ruled that the round should have been scored 10-8, Roach could be declared the rightful winner. That would be a massive hit to Davis, who was already dealing with his ongoing legal troubles.
You got good skills. That's why he's here. I think he's 25-0 with 10 knockouts. So I think he's a A+.
The way Jeff Mayweather broke it down made it even worse for Tank. He pointed out that even if the punch wasn't a knockout shot, Davis had reacted in a way that should have been penalized. It wasn't just about whether Roach's punch was strong enough. It was about the rules of boxing. Kneeling without a legitimate foul should have resulted in an official knockdown call. By the book, Tank should have lost that point. If the judges had scored it properly, the entire outcome of the fight would have changed.
I didn't want to get caught. While my eyes was burning. And you can get knocked out like that.
Some boxing fans argued that Jeff Mayweather's words were just another way for the Mayweather camp to pile onto Tank's troubles. The relationship between Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather had already deteriorated beyond repair, and now with the investigation heating up, it was starting to feel like Floyd's camp was completely throwing Davis under the bus. Instead of defending him, they were agreeing with his critics. For Davis, this is turning into a nightmare. The fight with Roach was supposed to be another showcase of his dominance, but instead, it had become one of the biggest controversies of his career. First, the bribery allegations surrounding the event, And now, the scrutiny over whether he should have even been awarded the draw in the first place. His reputation has already taken a hit with the bribery accusations. But if the commission overturned the decision in favor of Roach, it would be catastrophic.
That people want to discredit Tank, and he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz.
It wasn't just about this one fight. A ruling like that would destroy Tank's credibility as a champion. The timing of Jeff Mayweather's comments couldn't be ignored. This wasn't something he had to speak on, yet he did. And not only did he comment, but he also made it clear that he agreed with the idea that Davis should have lost the fight. That was a major statement, and it raised an even bigger question. Was this just Jeff speaking his mind, or was this Floyd's camp making a calculated move to further discredit Davis? For years, Mayweather and Davis had been going back and forth, taking shots at each other in interviews and on social media. But now, with Davis under federal investigation and his latest fight under review, it felt like Floyd's camp was fully cutting ties. If this decision was overturned, Davis wouldn't just lose a fight, he would lose a massive amount of credibility, and Floyd's camp wouldn't be there to defend him.
I remember first hearing an issue between Floyd and Gervonta before Gervonta fought Pedraza. And the issue I heard was that Floyd didn't want Gervonta to stay in Baltimore because he felt there was too many distractions for him in Baltimore, and he wanted to.
Meanwhile, Lamont Roach Jr. wasn't backing down. He had put on an impressive performance, and now, with Jeff Mayweather backing up his claims, he had even more leverage in his push for justice. If the commission ruled in his favor, it would be one of the biggest shakeups in boxing in years. It wasn't often that high-profile fights ended in official decision reversals, but this case was unique. The controversy was undeniable. The bribery investigation only made things worse. And now, with even respected boxing figures like Jeff Mayweather acknowledging that a mistake was made, the pressure on the commission was growing.
Taking control. I think I was landing more shots. I think I was landing more power shots. And I thought I was doing my thing. So I'm not really that frustrated about that. But if that was kind of a knockdown, I would.
If the decision was changed, it wouldn't just be a loss for Davis, it would be a complete humiliation. It would mean that after all the talk, all the heat, and all the buildup, he didn't actually win. It would also give Roach a huge career boost. He had been overlooked in the lead up to the fight, but now he was at the center of one of the biggest controversies in recent boxing history. If he was awarded the win, his stock would skyrocket overnight. Davis is running out of options. If he speaks out too aggressively, it could make him look guilty. If he stays silent, it could make it seem like he has no defense. The only way forward was to hope that the commission decided against overturning the decision, but with every passing day, that is looking less and less likely. What do you think? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more updates.